I'm going to say cancel meeting.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Andrew Eborn Show, the very quiet and shy and retiring. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm incredibly well. It's nice to see you.
So lovely and quiet. Okay.
We're back. Hello. And thank you so much for a lovely introduction to the wonderful Barry Cryer.
Well, I'm so glad that you got him in the end. But Ray's thing was extraordinary because I rang.
Yes, so we must tell the viewer who's been waiting on bated breath for this exciting news that my wonderful friend up in the north of London has a new role here at Octopus TV, and we decided that Celebrity Booker doesn't really cover it because you know everybody, and the guests, they're all celebrities, but the real key thing is that they're interesting. Isn't that the key?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Yes. I mean, they're interesting to me. I have a lot of friends who are not interesting.
You can't say that. They won't be friends for long. You can't say that. But
No,
what
well, everybody's interesting, of course.
everybody has a tale to tell.
Way.
And this is what you said to me. You said, Andrew, I would like an official thing to do. And we decided, an official thing, and you decided, or we decided, that Celebrity Booker, but not celebrity, interesting person Booker, and you would look through your Rolodex and invite these glorious people, and people have been contacting you in their droves. They all want to come on. It's lovely.
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
I love it because it's like a snowball, isn't it? Because we have some of the great guests, and you introduced Madhav, fantastic, Madhav Sharma, and you introduced Larry.
Lot, yes.
Larry, and you introduced Harry, and you introduced Barry. But there's a pattern here, isn't there? It's all good. Oh, we love it. So tell me what happened. Tell me what happened with Ray.
Okay. Just a minute, just 1 minute. I need to do one little thing.
Oh, okay. It's all exciting stuff. There we go. And don't forget, if you haven't listened to that interview yet, do pop along to Octopus TV and you can see the glorious moments. Oh, here we are. What have you got? It's like a magic trick.
What's the scarf?
It's a lovely scarf. I thought you were going to do a little magic trick, the dance of the seven veils or something.
Butterflies on it. Look.
Beautiful. That's stunning.
That was bought for me. Well, it wasn't bought for me by Maria Charles, but she was there when I bought it. Bought it wrong.
I have to say that's a great way of passively giving a gift, isn't it? As long as you're present when the person purchases it, she's always going to be associated. This is the one that she gave you.
You must have that one, she said. So I had that one.
And where did you get it?
I got it from a little place in. Oh God, don't let me not forget things. I hate not remembering everything.
Make it up. Make it up. It doesn't matter.
I don't like to be dishonest. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's not dishonest. You can pretend where it is, and we can correct it later in the edit.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, where Keith Fawkes has his shop.
Ah, there you go. So that sounds about right, actually. Well, it's a beautiful stuff.
The shop down there, which is now closed, of course.
Fantastic.
A dress shop.
Not fantastic for that, but fantastic that you bought.
They actually made me a jacket.
They made one for you.
Lovely. They make things, yes. They make lovely things, and this scarf as well.
Well, it's a beautiful scarf and one fun. I'm glad you put it on to show it off.
I like to wear a scarf. And
it was lovely hearing you this morning. So I walked all the way through Hyde Park. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it because you were just on the phone. You didn't see, but it was a glorious part by Holland Park and all the way down by the wonderful Royal Albert Hall. We had a lovely time.
But I was on the phone all morning.
Well, what happened? Everyone's had problems with their phones, haven't they? Well, you're
with their phone. I mean, it's not. It is true that Ray's phone. I rang it.
Yes.
Dead. I rang it. It sounded as if it had been locked off, right? And then eventually, he rang me and said, are you trying to get hold of me? My phone has been on the blink. So we had started this conversation. We were halfway through the conversation when Kevin arrived on the line, and Thingamy went.
Thingamy went.
And then
Thingamy.
Ray disappeared, and Kevin took over the conversation. Now that is not correct, is it?
Well, I think you mustn't interrupt conversations at all. But I think the other thing as well is that
You're not supposed to be able to barge into somebody else's conversation.
so he literally gate crashed the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I think you must have pressed something because normally if I have somebody on the phone, they're phoning and I can press it and I can make them join the phone conversation so we can be on a conference call.
Well, I've got one of those, but I wouldn't do that, no.
But maybe that's what you did. I don't think you meant to barge in.
I lost Ray completely because by the time I'd finished with Kevin, I tried to ring Ray, and of course the phone is not working. I have to wait for Ray to ring me, but we did manage to say, please give my number to Andrew.
Well, I will be delighted.
But there's no point in giving you his number at the moment.
No, don't give it. Everybody will have it. They'll all be phoning up Ray. I'll never get through to him. But it's going to be glorious. So what I love about this, and it's a snowball effect, is that it's rather like you're going through your wonderful black book and you're looking at all these really interesting people, and they then tune into the show. And Larry was a delight. Larry Albert, he had a good time, didn't he?
Oh, he loved it, yes. Well, everybody likes talking.
Isn't it great? And they reveal things which they don't normally reveal.
People like talking, and they shouldn't. I mean, we know somebody very close. That is very funny. I have to tell you this because it is so funny. She did get into the equity meeting again. And he said, I said, did she talk all the time? She said, yeah. And she told me off for interrupting her.
Oh, glorious.
It made me laugh so much. Don't interrupt me when I'm interrupting.
We love it. We love it. Now, we were halfway through with Barry, so he hasn't yet told his moth joke. But what we should do is no. We started off because he was on for a long time. We had a nice 40-minute chunk, and we're going to drip feed people because we always like short and sweet to keep them neat and to keep them all interesting. So it's all very good. So we've done part 1, and there are 27 more parts to go. So it's going to be. So we haven't got round to the moth joke, but I thought we could put this in context. I can bring him up. Here we go, and you can tell us. There you go. There we go. That's lovely. And you could tell us the moth joke as Robin would have told it.
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't do that.
Would you tell it? Why? I'll tell you what, why don't you then, we'll let Barry tell the moth joke, why don't you tell us about how you met Barry and your relationship with Barry?
I honestly don't know. Can you come back so that I can look at you?
well, that was a short and fascinating moment on the show. You don't remember how you met, but you used to go to the Rough Calf, didn't you? You used to go to the Rough Calf.
We used to go to, yes, but that was not many years and years and years later.
Right.
We started going to the Rough Calf when Robin was sick, because it was a thing that we used to do every first Monday in every month. For him, basically, because he had a taxi, he could get a taxi, into town for £1 instead of whatever it costs usually.
50p.
Yes, 50p. And that was what happened. So that's how it started, really. And it started. And then Barry said, let's just go on doing it, in memory of Robin. Yeah, great. So the biggest one I had was on the anniversary of Robin's, not the anniversary of the 10th anniversary of his, yeah. And we had a huge meeting there with loads and loads and loads of people, and it was really wonderful. And those are the ones, most of the photographs I took, that I put on were taken then.
Wonderful. Well, it's a real joy, and I know there's a lot
Sadly, quite a few of those people have gone as well now.
Well, it's a shame, isn't it? But this is why we like to catch the memories. I mean, the reason you call it the Rough Calf, what's its proper name?
Cafe Rouge.
Cafe Rouge, exactly. The rough calf. It's always
Only
hilarious.
mistake on the word rouge. It's rough.
Well, wonderful. Well, look, as a little teaser for our viewer sitting at home in anticipation of what's going to happen with Ray, give me a little bit of background to Ray.
Well, yes, he's very good at doing his own background, actually. He's quite young. He's much younger than I thought he was. But apparently he comes from a theatrical family. I mean, he will have to correct me if I'm wrong. And this is what he told us. Because when you're working with people, you don't talk about things like this. Anyway, he came and talked at the Equity. And he came from a theatrical family, and he was supposed to be an actor, but he wasn't any good at it. He was a bad actor, he said. That's what he said. And so he became a producer and put on shows. And the first time I saw him was when he put on sometime, The Assassins, somewhere. And my friend Joe, Joe, you must have Joe. Joe is somebody with a terribly rude mind.
Oh, good.
Everything you say, you have to say, sit down, Joe, because he was rude. Yes. Yeah, terrible. I've forgotten his name, of course, but I will remember it in a minute. It's Joe Sheffer.
Joe Sheffer. I look forward to Joe Sheffer being a guest as well.
Yes, he'd be good, but he would make everything you say, it would turn it into a rude thing.
Yeah, he likes his double entendres, does he?
Not you, Jeffer, sit down. Every time you say something accidental on Facebook, I say, not you, Joe Sheffer, sit down.
Sit down.
It was Bernard Braden, I think it was. Have I told you this?
No.
I don't know what I've told you. I think it was Bernard Braden, it may not be, who had this catchphrase. Whenever he said something rude about, like somebody being huge or fat or rude or something like that, he would say, not you, mama, sit down. So that is the one I use for Joe Sheffer. Every time you say anything that could possibly be taken, with a double entendre, Joe would get it. Yeah.
Yes. Whenever there's a double entendre, I just want to whip it out.
You don't need a double one, darling. Now, come on.
Exactly.
So, all right, go on.
So very good. So we look forward to Ray. We're going to look forward to Joe as well. But thank you. And we can tell the world with your official title of the really interesting, very interesting person, Booker, the VIP Booker. And if you want to be in touch, write to guests at OctopusTV.com.
Really good, interesting people.
We love interesting people, and you're the wonderful filter, and I love it. And it's going to be very good. But for now, Aline, thank you so much for joining me. What's that?
I put some lipstick on for you.
I can see you put some lipstick on for me. I feel very honoured. But you always look so glamorous, and I feel as if I point out you put a bit of lippy on, you'll think that you always look wonderful, and I love it. I love it. And you put your special scarf on today, and you told us
natural beauty, me.
Natural. That's what they always say when somebody's wearing the beautiful lady's wearing a fantastic dress.
I've not done any makeup at all.
That's right. Well, you don't notice the dress, you don't notice the makeup, you notice
as a result of being pregnant. Because you lose, I don't know, it's melanin or something comes out. And especially as I had a totally blonde child, everybody said he was what are they called? What are those white black people called?
Albino?
Albino, yeah.
You had an albino child?
White hair. He had white hair, yes, when he was little.
Right. I think albinos have red eyes as well, though, don't they? Don't they have red eyes, albinos?
They've got grey eyes.
Grey eyes, okay. Well,
grey eyes, like a beautiful grey clouds, that sort of colour.
Wonderful.
He had blue, I think, when he was baby. But
we should get him on the show.
Oh, Joe? I've told you, he's mad.
Oh, no, mad is good. No, mad.
It's very positive.
Well, we have always exciting people to come.
He would tell you all the good things about not so much the American one, but certainly our friend. He would say all the nice things about him.
Good.
What's his name? I can't remember. Our Prime Minister, I think he is.
You think he's our Prime Minister? You think he's our Prime Boris? So you're a big fan.
Boris, that's the one. Yeah.
That's not who you're thinking of. Wonderful.
Escaped me for the moment.
Well,
I usually
I'm sure. Well, he can come on as well. We'll have. He's a really interesting person as well. And
I usually call him Buffo.
Buffer. You call him Buffer?
Buffo.
Oh, Buffo, Boris. Okay. I think we will have everybody on there. All very, very welcome.
You want to get Buffo on this, do you?
Oh, absolutely. That's great. Everywhere. He's very, very welcome. Anytime, as you know. Everybody's welcome. We love it. It's going to be good. For now, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to leave it with Barry. Say goodbye to Barry.
Right. Hello. Bye, darling. But why are you going so soon?
Oh, I'll tell you what, because I've got to interview that Tommy James. Who's waiting up in the States, you know.
I've got to go on to that singing place. I did it for you. I gave you that beautiful song, didn't I?
Oh, you did. I love that beautiful song.
Talk about the piano.
Tommy James is a multi-award. He's sold over 100 million records. Can you believe it? 100 million plays on whatever it is. Millions and millions, wouldn't be 100 million records, but millions and millions and millions. And I think We're Alone Now is one of his. Moni is one of his. So he's coming up next on the show, and he's limbering up as we speak. As soon
after me.
Isn't that great? You're not the warm-up act, you're all top of the bill. All top of the bill. So it's been a great day. We've had Barry Cryer, we've had ALINE, we've got
I haven't told you about my friend who's got a job at the Opera House for Christmas.
Oh, what's that? Who's that?
Well, you know the girl whose husband died of COVID, you know, Michael Sadler, who was rehearsing for something at the Opera House for opera. And anyway, they're doing Nutcracker, so she's going to be in that, hopefully. And it starts on about December the 3rd and goes on to the end of January, so it's quite nice.
Oh, great. Well, we'll get her on as well, then.
Better now. Oh, no, she's been very depressed.
Oh, what do you think? I won't make her more depressed. I could liven. You always say it's like therapy.
A new person because she's got a job, you know.
Absolutely. Well, she's very welcome. She's very welcome to come and talk about anything.
Well, I will. Yes, I will test people out.
We will get you back short.
I did talk to her for a very long time. Because, you know.
Very good. Well, we'll bring her short and wonderfully sweet. I will go over to Tommy James. I will send your love to him, and we'll get you back.
Let me know more about everything. I'll send you Ray's number. And you got darling Susan.
Yes, I've written to Susan.
Yes, I know. Well, I don't know whether she got it or not. But anyway, so she'll be free at 6. Definitely.
Oh, at 6 tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay, fantastic. Well, I will look forward to that as well. We can do them all at once. This is a way to end all days with interviews. It's going to be a real joy.
So it's a good time. Elsie's very, very poorly at the moment. Anyway, I will talk to you later.
I shall look forward to it. You take care. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.